Hello everybody and welcome to the Redmen TV and my match reaction after Liverpool were beaten 2-1 by Union Saint-Gilloise over in Belgium to complete the Europa League group stage. The Reds, of course, had already had top spot nice and wrapped up going into this game, so it meant Jurgen Klopp could ring the changes, and he did. He made 9 changes in total from the win over Crystal Palace, including some youngsters coming into the starting lineup, a couple of debuts when it comes to starts anyway. Kate Gordon back in action as well for the first team. He's been in and around the academy a little bit this season, had a long spell out with injuries, so really positive to get him back. Obviously prior to his injury he felt like he was sort of the next one and sort of emerged from the academy, real bright prospect. So yeah, boss to have him back involved. Jurgen Klopp will be delighted with that. Ben Doak also started, and the midfield was a bit stronger than I imagined, and Wataru from the start with Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones as well. Ibu Konate started at the back, but with Conor Bradley at full back, Luke Chambers at left back as well, and Javel Quansah, of course, alongside Konate. It was a very inexperienced side, which I think we all expected to see. If anything, it was probably a little bit stronger on the whole than I think many Liverpool supporters would have wished for, given the fact there was absolutely no jeopardy, nothing riding on the game whatsoever from our point of view. But nice to see some youngsters, nice to see some more minutes into some legs, and Cody Gakpo probably just needed that run out. Curtis Jones maybe as well. Even Harvey Elliott starting the game can only sort of bode well for what's to come over the next few weeks. But yeah, all in all, it played like a Liverpool side that hadn't played together ever, potentially, well, definitely, almost. A little bit disjointed. Full-backs were caught out a fair bit, I think it's fair to say. They were getting a little bit of joy in behind there, but Union going into the game had something to play for, unlike Liverpool. They knew they had to win to give themselves a chance of qualifying with us. I don't think it's turned out like that. Looks like they're going to be battling out for Conference League football in the new year. But yeah, they came into the game, obviously at home as well, and facing Liverpool, regardless of the 11, they were bang up for it. And they showed they were definitely the better team. Liverpool had moments. Ben Doak, Kate Gordon, both of them got on the ball and tried to make things happen, but it wasn't really clicking. Whilst Union got in behind quite a bit. And before it went 1-0, it probably potentially could have been. There's a couple of half chances they weren't managed to put away. A couple of bits of last-ditch defending from Konate and Quansah especially. But Keith Keller was called on a couple of times as well. But eventually he did break the deadlock. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I said this after we played Tottenham and Luis Diaz had that goal disallowed, and I said it wouldn't surprise me if they made a massive error. I think they might have done it again, potentially. It's a lot tighter this time, don't get me wrong, but the TV hasn't showed the replay with the lines and the technology, and he looks offside. He looks very offside on the screenshots that I've taken and the ones I've seen. Listen, it's pretty immaterial. I'm not going to go mad about it. I could probably laugh it off, to be honest, but he did look a little bit offside, I've got to say. And regardless of which, he goes in on goal. Kelleher tries to deny him, gets a hand to it, but it sort of fumbles its way past. It hits a couple of shins, a couple of knees, and he's left with an open goal, and he smashes it home. And that's a more. Yeah, to make it 1-0, Union. Liverpool responded really well. Javel Quansah, actually, his first Liverpool goal, one of the highlights of the night, actually, from a Liverpool perspective. Took it really well as well. Corner comes in, the first touch was brilliant, and he smashes it home, hits it real clean, real straight. Keeper with no chance, back on level terms. And we actually had our best spell of the game, probably at that point, to be fair. We actually looked a little bit lively, got the ball down, got it in some good areas. Went into half-time. No, we didn't. They made it 2-1. I tell a lie. Keith Keller, that's how much I paid attention. Keith Keller should have done better for a second. Simple as that. He gets beaten in his near post. It's a decent strike, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he covered himself in glory at all, Keller. When he looks back on it, I think it's one of them. It is a good hit, and it's taken relatively early, but I always think keepers shouldn't get beaten there, and he is. So, yeah, not his finest moment, I think it's fair to say. Then we go into half-time. We make a couple of changes at the break as well. Joe Gomez comes on, as does Ryan Gravenberch. Konate and Wataru Endo go off. But yeah, Liverpool don't really change the course of the game at that point. There's much of the same, a little bit disjointed, not quite clicking. Union have the bigger chances. We were wide open a couple of times, if I'm going to be really honest. There was a couple of 4-on-2 moments, one of which they did score from, actually, which was later pulled back for a handball. It was flicked on for a throw-in, and they were literally 4-on-2. It was Quansah and Konate against the others. The full-backs are completely No, with Gomez and Quansah against the others. The fullback completely disappeared up the pitch, and yeah, we were quite fortunate to get away with that. I think there's a clear handball involved, but it wasn't great from a defensive standpoint for the Reds. But listen, in terms of the game, it finishes 2-1. We have moments later on, a couple of corners. Darwin Núñez actually comes on, as does James McConnell. So again, McConnell, more youth on the pitch. Callum Scanlon likewise. Klopp's just making sure we get through this unscathed, and that's what we did. No injuries, no dramas, no problems. On we go, like literally on we go. And in terms of standout performers, I'd probably give it to Quansah. I think it was another big step in the right direction for Quansah, I do. And there'll be moments in the game where he'll look back on himself and he'll reflect and say, I should do better there, my decision making could be better, all that type of stuff. But ultimately, I think when he was called upon to actually do his defensive work, I think he did it really well. A couple of big tackles, a couple of big headers. Quansah continues to be a surprise package. Great moment for his goal as well. So yeah, real sort of standout, big plus for me. Man the match performance in what was ultimately a pretty underwhelming performance from the Reds. But once again, did it matter? Not really. So happy days, all done. Yeah, Liverpool through. Liverpool top of the Premier League. Liverpool in the quarterfinals, the Carabao Cup. FA Cup to come. Let's not complain, too much, Reds. Until next time, take it easy.